Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the new moon in Cancer, happening on July 14th. It is at 22 degrees of Cancer, so you can look in your chart and see what house that activates for you. So I'm going to just pull one card from, this is the Moonology Manifestation deck. I'm using two different manifestation decks today. The Moonology Manifestation and the Divine Abundance Manifestation deck, because it is a new moon and we are planting seeds for things to grow for the future. Let's take a look at what is coming through with the manifestation for the sign of Capricorn. Let's see, what messages for the sign of Capricorn. Oops. First card up, trust all will be well. So this is a new moon. This is a new moon in Virgo. I get the feeling that there is something shifting and changing in your physical realm, with Virgo being an earth sign. What else? There is something else big happening in Virgo right now, but I don't have the paperwork in front of me, so I can't pinpoint that. But I do feel like this can be within the home, the family. There's something new. I'm feeling more. I haven't seen the tarot yet, but I'm feeling more. It's towards your like income, like your job, that sort of energy. Last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. Two Virgo energies. So I do feel, and we got the new moon right there, and then the last quarter moon. So this does feel like it's going to be a completed cycle from the point of the new moon in Cancer, working its way through to the new moon in Leo happening next month. So be mindful of that. There does feel like there is something pretty significant shifting, I feel, in your physical realm. Again, this can be within the home, the family. I'm not seeing a negative or a positive about it. I'm just feeling strong change, and some people deal with change better than others, so take what resonates, release what doesn't. All right, let's see what energies want to come out. This is from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. We will see what wants to show up for the sign of Capricorn for this new moon in Cancer. Let go of the past. So another thing I wanted to say, which because we've seen a lot of earth energy showing up in here, this new moon is in the sign of Cancer. On a collective level, it talks about something in regards to our foundation, nurturing and love, can have something to do with maternal lineage or something maternal within your situation. But it is also a water sign energy, which can bring a lot of feelings, emotions, things like that. And so I'm definitely seeing with that earth energy here, it just gives me the feeling of a lot of like feelings and emotions weaving its way through something in the physical realm. So letting go of the past, let go of the past is showing up. This looks like somebody, I've seen this card come out a couple times in different readings too. If you want to check your other placements, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, that Mars, whatever, you could check those other readings out for those other signs, wherever those are located in your chart. Okay, so like if your moon is in Aquarius, then you could check out Aquarius when it comes to things maybe that you don't see, or some subconscious things, and or things that are hidden, that sort of energy. But anyhow, let's keep going. Let go of the past. I feel like this is this new cycle that I just feel a real big change, and it changes something in your physical realm. And for some of you, it's not, change isn't easy or doesn't come easy, or it's a challenge for you to accept change or work through the change, that sort of thing. Nonetheless, I'm feeling it's time to say goodbye to the past. There's something that's no longer in alignment, and this new moon is bringing forth the change in order to, plant that new seed, have this fresh start. Next card that comes up is Stay in the Flow. So I do like how it's coming from that darker energy and then more into the light, and you can see the light with that moon as well. Bask in Nature is at the bottom of the deck. You know I'm a huge fan. I highly recommend everybody meditate, go outside, touch the grass, hug a tree, do what you got to do. Just enjoy what you see, the signs and synchronicities, being at one with Gaia, right? Stay in the flow. So I feel like this is asking you, I feel strong patience, like having patience and work with the ebb and flow of the energy that's playing out, not trying to force it, not trying to control it because you'd be wasting your time and your energy, but working with the ebb and flow of what is coming and what is going, and kind of like just, I feel floating with that energy, with the waves of uncertainty, change, that sort of thing. Two cards wanted to come out, and the first one that I could see was the attend to your spiritual needs, speaking on meditation. That would be a perfect sign. So I feel like this is really saying be mindful of balancing your mind, body, and spirit. And blessed assurance is the last one. Nothing is perfect, and I'm feeling strong cycles. And if you can see, it's almost like this cycle continuously goes around and around, but now there's something that's happening that's changing. There's a new direction. There's a new path opening up. There is something that I feel, may start off as a rocky start, or I feel more so the rocky part of it feels like the uncertainty of the unknown. That's what that feels like to me. But again, this message is saying stay with the flow, go with the flow, let comes what comes, let go what goes, and see where this is leading you. And I do feel like it's very important to stay balanced with the mind, body, and spirit. So again, a lot of meditation I'm feeling. You can see it right there, that in that portal, in this portal right there as well. So I feel like on the other side of it is something very bright. Success, the sun brings success, clarity, happiness, joy, fun. So, but it does seem with the energy that's over here, it does feel like there is like the darkest before the dawn, or having to weather a storm or something like that. So let's grab some clarifying cards, and we'll just get a little bit more information about this message. Talk to us about let go of the past. What is it about let go of the past? What is this let go of the past? All right. Let go of, temptation. That's the devil energy. This is letting go of something that's toxic. Maybe something you've been, it's interesting when I see this, because I see this heart, right, which represents love, right? And I feel temptation is a temptation, but I'm seeing this treasure chest too. If this is a toxic job, for instance, where the abundance, like you felt a lot of abundance come through with that, but it's a toxic situation. So really, it's like you gotta, you know, uh, pick a pick a lane, right? Do you want something toxic that gives you, stay attached to something toxic that, sorry, that gives you the financial security and stability, but definitely hinders some other way. Hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta go get my drink. And you would think as many times as I do these readings, I would bring this drink with me wherever I go, but I don't. So thank you for your patience. On the bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. So this is the knowing what you, this is, when you see the High Priestess, that's about trusting your intuition. It's knowing what you know without knowing how you know it, right? That's how I always describe it. Like, I don't know how I know, but I know what I know without knowing how I know it, right? It's like the downloads. I feel like this, for some of you, could be a tempting offer, could be a tempting opportunity. But they're definitely, with the devil showing up, it gives me the energy of something that wants to keep you stuck, trapped, bound, stagnant, like almost restricted from your full potential is how I'm feeling. So let's grab one more card clarifying this let go of the past. I feel like you're letting go of something that may have had you trapped, bound, and like stuck, right? Four of Waters, blocked. There's been something that's been blocking. Um, I feel like it was some sort of temptation, an offer, something that you've been bound to. I feel like you're rejecting. Wow, I was going to say Four of Water. I feel like you're rejecting it, and there's the Eight of Waters. So yeah, this gives me that indication that you are rejecting this now. You are breaking free from the binds or from whatever has had you bound or stuck or something like that, and heading towards your ships coming in. Eight of Waters talks about leaving something behind, turning your back on things that are not emotionally fulfilling. Like they're not fulfilling on a heart level, on a soul level, on an emotional level. And this is like rejecting the things that keep you stuck, trapped, and bound to it. So take how this resonates, release what doesn't. Let's grab some clarifying cards for the stay in the flow. I've done all kinds of readings and I've had no problem, and all of a sudden I'm trying to get this message out. And here we go. All right, so let's keep going. Yes, look, look, look. I was like, stay in the flow. There's the Eight of Waters, showed right back up again. Bottom of the deck is the Lover's card. This card does say love. It doesn't say Lover's card on this, but this is about a choice. Lover's card can talk about choices. And I feel this choice, because with the Lover's card, that choice is associated with soul connection, soul choices that are good for you on a soul level. I know we have karmic soul connections and ties and things like that, but this to me feels like somebody like riding the wave to a higher vibration, moving forward, making choices that are for their higher good. So let's pull one more card for clarifying the stay in the flow. I couldn't have made this up. Look at this. Emperor shows up. Yeah, and that's a 4. I feel like this is in regards to creating, building, establishing an emperor. Oh, wow, look at Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And it's interesting because when you Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups of walking away to an Ace of Cups to a brand new beginning, putting them together brings you to the Nine of Cups, which says independently you're creating and bringing forth, manifesting a wish fulfillment, right? And I feel like what you're doing is the Emperor, and so does the Empress. They are people who build empires. And when we see the Emperor showing up, this is like taking control of you, your choices, your decisions, your actions, all of that, right? In order to build something solid, stable, um, generational wealth, legacy, whatever it may be. But this is standing in your power, mastering the realm of, I feel patience is one of them. I feel self-control is another one of them. And I feel like releasing is a big thing too, right? Like you can't, like the Emperor doesn't take dead weight forward because it's just going to slow him down, him or her, doesn't matter. There's no gender in tarot, but it just slows them down, right? The Emperor wants to build empires and legacy wealth and generational wealth and all of that stuff, but he's not getting there with a bunch of dead weight. And I feel like this is knowing that, letting go of the past, whatever that dead weight was. All right, let's go on to the practice your, be careful with your spiritual work, cleansing, purifying, meditating, balancing of your mind, body, and spirit. It gives me the feeling that somebody really needs to do a chakra cleanse. The first card that comes up is the Six of Fire. Yeah, because this is something that's moving forward and cleansing and clearing and detoxifying from that toxic energy is very essential and important. The Six of Fire talks about moving forward towards victory and success. There's another ace, Ace of Pentacles. There, I've seen the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. This is telling me that somebody is moving forward towards something that is not only very, I feel, soothing, nurturing, loving, happy for the heart, space, but also grounded, practical, and solid on the physical realm. So this is a very big energy. This is a very powerful new moon for you, Capricorn. Again, taking that seed that and nurturing it, watering it, growing it, that's on you, right? Like the opportunity for a new beginning is on you and what you do with that. Next card that comes up is the King of Air. So it's very interesting to see so much masculine energy. And again, this is not gender specific, but I feel like this is somebody who has, and I felt that with the Emperor, somebody has mastered something. Like they've mastered control of that mind, right? Where their thoughts go, that sort of energy. I feel like they're very clear. You've also heard me say many times, anytime I see a queen or a king of swords, I know they're air in here, but they are the swords. I always feel there's an ascension. And so somebody is mastering something. And with this King of Air or the Queen of Air, they have to stand in truth, right? They stand in their power. Their mind is not influenced with a bunch of crap. It's just not temptations and all of, illusions and confusions. When they master that mind, they know to take that sword and cut away, like I felt over here, cut away anything that is going to bog them down, block them, slow them down, keep them stuck, trapped, and bound. Page of Air, there's going to be some sort of news, information, a conversation. There's something that's going to be like this aha moment. Doesn't surprise me because we had Mars, which activated, like Mars went right conjunct with Uranus in Gemini on July 3rd. So I feel, and I felt it, I did a collective reading. You can go check that out. It says Mars clashing with Uranus. So it's not too many readings back, just last week or so. And I remember specifically talking about how that very clash, that conjunction, was going to be the catalyst for all kinds of stuff being unleashed and seen and the illusion being shattered. And so you may not have necessarily seen it that day, but I feel you're starting to see, as a result of that clash, what is now coming through and out as a result of it. And that's what I'm feeling with all of this. So again, you take what resonates, release what doesn't, but I'm pretty confident when I say if you look back on July 3rd, you would probably feel like something at that point was starting to change, go off, like something quick happening. Radical change started happening back then. So let's see. Let's pull two cards for this blessed assurance. So I do see this all working out favorably. Like I said, it's just the portal through it and, the releasing, the surrendering, detaching, cleansing, that sort of energy is important. So two cards came out, and one of them was that Page of Air showing up again, and it showed up with the Messenger of Fire. This is where I felt like there would be news, information, something's going to come in, and somebody is going to take action. Hermit card at the bottom of the deck, a major arcana card right there. This is Virgo energy, which we've seen a lot of already in this reading. So I'm feeling with this Hermit card, right? Wow, I'm going to have to say what's underneath it, because this was on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this Hermit card is, first of all, something being discovered, somebody going within, but also recognizing that the keys of opportunity for something new is there. Whatever this is that's coming in, I feel Seven of Air was underneath that. They feel backstabbed, they feel blindsided, and they feel betrayed as a result of whatever this is that came in. That's just how I'm feeling. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. Let's grab some messages from the Divine Abundance Oracle deck. This is, again, that second manifestation deck, because with that new moon, I do feel like there is a new beginning here. And I mean, no one said it was going to be easy, but I feel like, this is being done for you, not to you. I feel like whatever you've been bound to that's been toxic, it's meant, like the cycle is meant to be broken, and that's where it is. Look, sacrifice. It's meant to be released because I feel ultimately, whether you recognize it or not, you were self-sacrificing yourself, your time, your energy, your effort, something, right? And not necessarily getting what you are worth out of this situation, even though, what, look, inner power at the bottom of the deck. And I feel like this is a big wake up call. I feel like it's something that is meant to put you on your path, on the right track, although I don't feel like it comes easily. I will say that. So, change isn't easy for everybody. It's just not. So let's see. Okay. Next card that comes up is freedom. So again, I felt this somewhere else before. I felt like you were being liberated from something, right? That toxic energy, divine flow. We've seen the flow card show up out here twice. This is about going with the flow, the ebb and the flow. Let go what goes, let come what comes. And then, using that discernment, making solid, sound choices and decisions, putting yourself and your needs as a priority, and making those decisions, that I feel is going to be a very pivotal and powerful point for you in your next cycle. Look, clearing right underneath, right, all of these cards are falling in alignment, right? They're falling in alignment. This is about them chakras. This is about your spiritual hygiene. There's that flow energy again. So I do feel you're going to need to take a step back, right, and cleanse and clear that energy out so that you don't have that lower vibrational energy, the debris of that energy sitting in your system as you're getting ready to embark and embrace the new doors, opportunities, things like that are about to unfold. I feel like the discovery of whatever this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you, but nonetheless, I do feel you overcoming this challenge and meeting it head on, and taking the truth for what the truth is and acting accordingly as a result of it. Be very mindful about cleansing and clearing, and because you want to go forward with that higher vibrational energy, not the lower vibrational energy. And the flow showed right up, popped right out. So this is about going with the flow in humility. So I feel like this is, this could be, I kind of, it kind of feels like, maybe some, not all of you, but some of you, may, like, bruise your ego. I feel like it is a humbling moment or an experience, surrender, but I feel like it is for your greater good. There is a deepening sense that something better is waiting for you. But again, like if this is about a job or career or something like that, like I said, I can feel an ego, like a bruised ego, right? Um, but I feel like I don't feel, I feel like that let that ego die, right? Let that ego go, because it is part of a plan, part of a process, part of something I feel that is necessary to put you in alignment and on path and on track. Don't let it get you down. Don't, sit in that energy of the humiliated because something happened. I kind of feel whatever it was a betrayal, because I did see the Seven of Air hidden. So somebody is trying to hide something that they're trying to do, to get away with, to whatever it is. And I just don't feel like that working out successfully. But anyhow, this is the message that I have for you, Capricorn. I do hope it serves you well. I send you an abundance of peace, love, and light. Have a great day.